Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where today you join me visiting my friend Zach and the amazing Zach's Garage, which has just received the new Koenigsegg Regera. Today we're going to be taking this car out for a drive and I think I might even be able to get behind the wheel as well. It is looking stunning in the blue exposed carbon fibre with the gold accents, part of an amazing car collection presented through a few different rooms, almost like a museum filled with memorabilia. But let's go and catch up with Zach, take a look around the new Regera, pull it on outside, and then take it out for a drive. I'm quite excited about this, the Koenigsegg Regera. How cool is this? All of the memorabilia around the cars. This is just one of a few different rooms that make up the collection. I came out to visit about 2.5 years ago when the first Koenigsegg was delivered, the Regera. I think this must have been on order at the time. It has now arrived, the Koenigsegg Regera, and just look at this. It is totally stunning and in, well, some pretty incredible company as well. I love all of the things that are around that make up the car collection. Just one of the rooms, there's another and a third as well. And we're joined as well by Zach. How you doing?
Oh, how's it going?
It's good, thank you, and well, congratulations, this is mega.
Thank you very much.
I mean, it's literally mega, it's a mega car.
It's actually a mega car. Yeah, it's actually rather exciting. More
than 1 megawatt of power. I mean, I'm just looking at it a little bit, but I know when we pull it into the sunshine, it's going to look even more spectacular.
Well, with the diamond and the lacquer, it just really pops.
How long have you had it for now?
About a month.
How many miles?
About 1,000.
That's not bad going for a car like this.
Yeah.
That's not bad going at all. Can we take a quick look at the engine bay? Can you just pop this open? This is one of the coolest things about a Koenigsegg. From the key, the auto skin functionality has motors that actually open it up. Then back here, we've got a 5-litre twin-turbo V8. The engine makes 1,100 horsepower and 1,200 newton meters. And in addition to that, there is a hybrid system which adds a further 700 horsepower and 900 newton meters. Yes, you are hearing these numbers correctly. With Koenigsegg's Direct Drive, basically one gear, forwards and then reverse, of course, as well. And well, those numbers are mental, absolutely crazy. And you look around here, all of the details. I love this. Back here, how you have the exhaust, like the fins at the side, and then you've got the charging and battery cooling at the very back. Those tyres are gigantic. I guess we should probably pull it on outside into the sunshine then, if that's
let's do it.
If that's on the cards, and then experience the startup. Or are you going to troll us and do it electrically?
I might troll you. I don't know.
We'll have to see in a second and pull this outside and well, just enjoy it. Time to start it up. That sounds very electric. Door closing. Handbrake off. Okay, yep, he's gone and trolled us. I'm going to run out so that we can see this coming out into the daylight. That is strange, isn't it? That's really, really strange. Oh, there we go. That's such a strange sound as well when it fires into life. That looks crazy. So desperately cool. Look at the colour as well. I have to say, this in the sunshine, this is unreal. The colour is amazing.
Something else, isn't it?
And as you were saying, the diamond and the lacquer, the shine off it. Normally, I'm not the biggest fan of full exposed carbon because you don't get the. Well, I am the biggest fan of blue. I think we all know that. But this, because normally with exposed carbon, you lose the bright highlights in the colour. This really, really works. This really works, and obviously the gold wheels, the tie-in with all of your gold accenting around. I like how much you have coming in from the roof towards the engine cooling.
Yep.
Nice touches. And obviously the logos as well, the badges. The Regera badge. Regera is the Swedish word for terrain. Terrain, literally this car rains them all, I guess, when it's out and about. It is time then to go out. So with the key, if you double press the button, the door will open itself. Then you have the slightly awkward moment climbing in, but the key does actually have a place. It can magnetize just there on the dashboard, which is quite cool. This is a little bit tricky, but let me carefully climb inside. One press wakes it up, moving my seat. We've got sneak EV mode, which is obviously where you could drive in electric up to 6 miles per hour. Foot then fully on the brake, and it turns on just like that. That's quite an unusual sound. Your seat controls are through here to tilt the backrest, move the seat forwards and backwards. So I will just shuffle this for a moment, and I guess we're gonna head on out. The cool thing then is we do the doors like this. That's so much fun. I'm sure if I had one of these these, the battery would end up going flat very quickly because that is all I would do.
It is quite fun, and it doesn't get boring as well, which is more dangerous.
And I think everybody who ever sees you just magically pressing a button on the key or something
is baffled.
Yeah, so, okay. It actually drives pretty well for just the kind of manoeuvring side, which is often where cars with this power struggle a little bit. You know, I have actually been lucky enough to drive a Regera before, but it was about 2 years ago. So this feels a little bit like a new experience. So we will head on out a bit and enjoy. This is one of the weirdest sensations because you just want to shift, but you can't shift.
Yeah.
There's no shifting. The paddles still operate between reverse, neutral and drive.
Yeah.
But like now, if you were going slower and you normally wanted to just misbehave, you would downshift a couple of times, have some bangs as the V8 drops down through the gearbox. But with direct drive, that's not a thing. And I know the way that this is done with kind of simulating shifting and acceleration, it's a very strange concept.
It is. Yeah, and I mean, like you're driving along like a motorway, and as you say, you want to put your foot down, and like you pull the down pedal, and then you think, oh, nothing's happened. No, that's right. Then you just put your foot down,
and then it all happens.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've got the windows down at the moment. These are these buttons that should close the windows up. It's. I mean, actually, that doesn't change much of the engine sound. No. You feel that deep grumble right behind through the backboard. I had been adjusting the rear view mirror, which is, I'm not gonna lie, pretty useless.
It's there for homologation, and that's about it.
Yes, behind you have this tiny slither of a view in the centre behind you, but effectively it's not doing a whole lot. Driving like this though, this is fairly nice.
Relaxed, isn't it? You can do a long. One thing I love about this, like when we took our Regera to Croatia and did a massive road trip in there, you're exhausted, but I can't wait to take this abroad and actually. Because it's so comfortable, it's got heated seats. I mean, yes, I guess other cars with heated seats, but for a Koenigsegg, that's just brilliant.
Yeah, normally in cars with a megawatt of power or more, you don't have these kind of luxuries. But this was always the GT Koenigsegg, and then simultaneously the Regera RS is the brutal track Koenigsegg. Yeah. They're two quite different concepts. On the face of it, I think most people would look at a car like this at Koenigsegg's and think they're all the same. But they're actually quite different.
But they are very different. I mean, the RS, I've been in all of them. And the RS, the nice thing about this is it takes little bits from each car and inputs them. Now this has a very similar feel, and it sounds strange, to a one-to-one. Because it's quite a flat platform in terms of when you go over bumps you can feel the whole car moves. Whereas actually the Regera R was almost a little bit softer than this.
Okay.
But then, because it's each wheel is mechanically adjusted, it changes the more you drive it, depending on what surfaces it is. So it's
it's so strange. My instinct keeps saying pull a downshift pedal, drop down a gear, and just give a little acceleration. I mean, you can do that, but it's not the same. It's one rev. It's one run through the rev counter up to silly speeds. We are going onto a slightly quicker road, but this is of course a seriously fast thing. Top speed is just over 400, right? Kilometers an hour. Yep. Like 250 miles an hour. 0 to 400, which we're not going to do right now. That's so strange. Oh, that's cool. The flutters as well. I was going to say 0 to 400, what was it? 22.8 seconds. Yeah. 22.8 seconds. That's how quick, like, probably my first car, my Clio, did 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 62 miles. It wasn't quite that long, but it's that kind of ballpark.
It's true.
I know 0 to 100 is 2.8, traction and all of that. 0 to 200 is 6.9. 0 to 300 must be like 12 and a half. 0 to 400. It's mental fast. This thing's just mental fast.
It's true.
Oh, the regeneration when you lift off.
As soon as you lift off, it regens.
Can you change the settings as well? So this is the
no, this is the new normal.
Okay, you feel that with the braking.
So you finally get used to it.
And then when you put your foot down, there's no waiting for the gears to drop.
No,
it just kicks in.
It's just instant. It's instant power.
I mean, I'm taking this very, very, very gently because we are in the UK and we have to be a little bit sensible. But you feel like there's warp speed available. I'm not using warp speed yet. It's definitely here.
It is definitely available.
There's nobody behind us. Slow down just a touch. This is where the regen. It pulls the speed down super, super, super quickly, and then foot down.
It's no slouch.
No, this is really cool. Gosh, you can get carried away so easily. The rate of build-up of speed.
It's like nothing else.
It's autobahn levels, not UK motorways. It's just too fast.
Well, you've driven a Chiron. This
Yeah.
compared to a Chiron.
It's a similar kind of feel.
Yeah.
This is the more techie angle because of the fact that you've got this gearbox system that's so different from any other experience.
Yeah.
But in terms of smoothness and ride, I think this is actually softer.
Yeah.
I think the seats and comfort is actually greater in this
Yeah.
than in a Bugatti, which is quite unusual because Bugatti are really, the Chiron is really the benchmark for comfortable hypercars.
Yeah, yeah.
Like brutally powerful but enjoyable driving experiences. Whereas this is a completely different experience to the first time I drove the Regera. I really, really appreciate you letting me drive this because
No worries.
the first time I guess I was so lost in the environment and everything going on that I didn't really get to explore it and feel it more.
Yeah.
Whereas with this car I feel like I'm understanding it and able to benchmark it against other cars, having been driving around in the same environment more than enough times.
Yeah, and also, I mean, you're fortunate enough to have driven all of these hypercars.
Yeah, lucky to have
and
experienced them.
It's interesting. It's also interesting from my perspective to see your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, this is a technology tour de force. I think that's what the Regera always was. And Koenigsegg always introduce these new things, whatever it might be. But it's always something that they've developed in-house, made themselves, pushed to the limit.
Yeah.
And there's so much of that in this car. This is absolutely awesome. So you do hear almost a bit of a shift.
Yeah.
What's happening there? Do you
That's
know?
the direct drive engaging.
Okay, so that's when it kicks in
So
and
you can
connects
see
the
on the
hybrid.
dashboard, so it says KDD.
Okay.
See it lit up? That now means that's
Oh
locked in.
yeah, okay. Okay, interesting.
So I think if you pull the down panel, that's it. That's now clicked down. So you can.
It says stop car to engage you. Whoa! We'll cut that out of the video.
Yeah.
I mean that's
That was.
120 or something, 130 or something. Stupid
At
speed.
least.
Well, he overtook a Koenigsegg, so he's winning.
Yeah. It's true.
So when we come out of the roundabout now, I think we will get a small opportunity from roundabout to national speed limit. The indicators are always cool, the way you get the crest.
I love that.
On the mirrors. I love that. It's a really nice detail. But here, even for a GT, it's dead flat.
Yeah.
This is dead flat. What? This is where you get a small sense of what it's about. So out onto the straight, foot down. There's no sense of how quickly this
No, there
accelerates.
really isn't.
If you're just judging from the sound,
Yeah.
this is silly.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, and I mean we've got a bit of a straight road here, so let some cars get ahead, slow it down a touch. I don't think the camera will ever give a sense of how ballistic this is.
It is
Torque feel
ridiculous.
as well. I feel like you need to get this to the German Autobahn. It will be a different category of like driving
Well,
experience.
you're the Autobahn king. Why don't we just do it?
Definitely. Bring it over, and I will sign right up to be at the wheel in this,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
when you lift off, then it brakes you, and then you wait a bit more. You feel that, don't you?
In your
The other car where I felt that is doing launches in the new 911 Turbo S,
Yeah.
because that has a brutal torque delivery. But this, I just think, because you're expecting a car to rev to a red line and then hit a shift, and because it doesn't do that, but it's completely flat, it's completely rigid,
It's so
slanted.
level. So level.
There's no pitch, there's no roll, there's nothing. Do you know what? I'm coming out of this absolutely loving this car. I mean, I always kind of loved it, but I feel like this is a hypercar that you can genuinely Easy. And then it's the cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the seat goes back automatically as well.
It does. That's an ease of access.
Ah, I like that. So my seat's gone fully back, which means it's a little bit easier to get my legs out.
Still not easy, but a little bit easier.
A little bit easier.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that was cool. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
That was. I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
A lot. An awful lot. The car is parked back up then, looking fantastic, but we're going to go for a quick look around because, well, there are some really, really nice cars in here. Now, I remember when we visited before, and I think there are some new arrivals since then.
Yes, there's a few.
Pista, for sure.
Yep.
The Porsche?
Yep.
Okay, doing well. The Mini?
The Mini, yeah, that's chassis number 3.
Chassis number 3, classic Mini.
Yes. Chassis number 3 of the 1275 Cooper S.
That's pretty cool.
So very rare.
Then I love the 300 SL, obviously.
Everyone loves that.
The Miura is currently being worked on.
Yep, new. The engine's being put in it as we speak.
Which is cool. Remind me what the single-seat race car is?
So that is a 2004 Williams Ralph Schumacher Formula 1 car.
Okay, they're just casual. Ralph Schumacher's Williams F1 car.
They actually drive.
Nice.
Still got its engine, still runs.
Still runs?
Yep, still runs.
Probably not so easy to start up and drive.
For it.
Really?
No.
Just, oh. You had me all excited. Lots and lots of fuel pumps. I love fuel pumps. And then if we come through here, the magic continues. This is where I get a little bit more lost with some of the older cars.
Well, you've got the peel.
We've got the peel, the highlight. Love the peel.
Yep.
Focus RS, obviously, and Wraith can handle those. This is really cool. You have so much awesome stuff around the garage.
This is believed to be one of the loudest cars in England.
I remember, we heard it last time.
Ticks over at 115 decibels, I think. Ticks over.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really loud. That's
Really
not revving.
loud.
That's just
not
idle.
revving. That's from 0, it goes to 8,000 RPM.
And then you've got a simulator in here.
Simulator,
These are all so nice. All the pumps, the signs, the lights. I need to learn from this. This is so cool. I love the garage. And this is just 2 of the rooms. There's another
There's 5.
5 rooms. Oh, we
5
should go
rooms.
for a quick look on the other
Let's
side
have a
then.
quick look.
In we come, and there would be the Miura. That's actually quite an unusual sight to see the Miura with its 12-cylinder engine all bare at the back. This is, I love that you have the workshop here where cars are actually being worked on. What's this that we're looking at?
This is a Fraser National Le Mans.
Ah, cool,
And then
cool.
through here to the Jaguar room.
And the new Jaguar room, currently plunged into darkness. We need to, there we go. Nice. that's so nice. Museum, like,
D-type and C-type.
yeah, spectacular.
2 iconic Jaguar race cars.
Yeah, Mille Miglia days. Special, very special. I mean, everything's special. I'm just like trying to take in everything as we walk around. All the pictures, all the artworks and pieces. And then come through here. Got some more light switches, which I know are just here. Awesome. So awesome with all the old lights, all originals. And the cars. Cars are okay too. Cars are okay too. Yeah. Wow, what a place. Before putting the car away in the garage, we're just going to see what it looks like. Yeah, watch that go down. That's the full track mode, slammed to the ground. Tyres obviously much more into the arches, and splitter way lower on the ground. This thing, and the doors, it's so cool watching those doors. Always been Koenigsegg's system. They've refined the exact mechanics of the doors over time. Look at this, as it goes back in. We've actually got the charging. You can put it on a normal trickle charger, which actually plugs in just under here, under the front nose. So there's a socket there for the normal trickle charger. And then the main battery power obviously plugs in through this flap at the rear, which opens up. And that is this whole contraption. Obviously all hybrids tend to have chargers of some description. And then behind it is where you have the charging port. Now, interestingly, a lot of people see this and assume it's the exhaust, but this is actually for cooling of the motors and batteries. These are the exhaust, the Akrapovic fins that are on either side. Those are actually the, as you can see inside, the more traditional exhaust that you have on the back of the car. So, surprise, that's not an exhaust, despite how it might look back there. Well, I guess actually, technically, it's a different kind of exhaust. With the car park back up then, a big thanks to Zach. Do go check out his channel, Zach's Garage, to see more of this and all of the other cars. But I've been lucky now to drive a lot of different Koenigsegg's over the years, from taking a CCR on a road trip from the UK back towards the factory, to driving CCX, CCXR, a Regera in a convoy, a Regera RS more than once, the Regera more than once, to experience all of the different cars. So if you'd like to see some more, I guess, feelings and experiences of the magnificent Swedish hypercar brand, do check out some of the other videos on the Shmee150 channel to feel what they're all about. For today though, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, coming along for a drive in this to get more of a feel for what it's actually about as a grand touring mega car, as much as that might not make sense. For now though, thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I appreciate your support an awful lot, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers!